Welcome to another DIY wedding planner tip of the day. Our last video we went through the profit, and I'm sure you're thinking, what other kind of inventory do I have in order to offer these what I call add-ons? So a perfect example is I was just with a client and I'm helping her with floral, and all of a sudden we started talking about design, because now that she has her florist, she's starting to think like, how am I going to pull all this together? Well, there's two parts to this, and I've shared this with you many times. There's no secret, but you're still not doing it. Then I started talking to her about table numbers, votives, chargers, napkins upgraded, certain linens upgraded, favors, anything of that nature that I can either help her make, menu cards, or I can help her add on, easels, pictures, anything like that. So I'm going to take you downstairs and I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to expose myself because it's a mess. It is wedding season, and I'm going to show you just a couple of add-ons that I have. So come along with me. I'm sure that you're dying to see what is downstairs in this lovely storage facility. You know why I'm showing you this is because I feel like sometimes people have the perception like you have to have this big office and you have to have all of the storage and it's got to be all professional. Well, guess what? You kind of just make it work, because I had all of that at one time, right? And now I basically just have downsized and I'm so much happier because I'm in my home. So there is nothing fancy down here. I do not share this with any of my clients, okay? I actually have space. But this is where we are in the middle of organizing all of this, and we're building shelves because we have so much inventory. But I have accumulated, look at all of this stuff. I've accumulated all of this in probably the last 5 or 6 years. And guess what? I haven't purchased one thing that a bride hasn't purchased or rented from me. So I have how much? Zero money invested in probably, oh gosh, $20,000, $30,000 of inventory. I mean, we have trees and pedestals. This is where we do all of our floral work. That's why you see this mess. But let me just show you some of these add-ons, okay? I mean, even like, these simple vases right here. Some of our do-it-yourself brides, I'm going to start renting just vases out. And then I can even charge more for the vase when it's decorated like this. That's just ribbon. That's kind of a no-brainer, right? I am so sorry. This is definitely a wreck. But we have table numbers already made up. And there's a little saying there on the back that we can change. You've got bar menus. Here's more table numbers. This is our table number section right here. We have glassware. Like I said, we have branches. We have, here are our uplights. Here's a box of uplights. I charged $6.75. I bought them for $300, just 6 of them for a tent. And I made money and accumulated the uplights. So anyway, you kind of get the point, right? And I have more and more and more. The great thing about the class that we have coming up is not only am I going to share with these little things with you, I'm going to show you how to price them, and more importantly, how to accumulate them. Even if you're going to do planning and inventory, just planning, just inventory, printables, planning, you can do all 3. But we're going to start out one by one by just doing one. I'm focusing on inventory, but I'm definitely going to show you how when I first started, I did the planning and the packages and how I sold it, and I didn't even have to service it after I sold it. So big things coming up, because guess what? What we really want to do is the 4-hour work week. Am I right? And some of us have jobs, but we can make a living doing this. And I'm a single mom, and not to get too personal with you, but I have to make a living on my own, right? And I'm going to show you how you can do that and have the freedom to raise your family, be with your husband, go on vacations. Listen, I live a pretty simple life, but I will tell you, it's very nice to have the flexibility, and I would never give that up. There's our floral cooler right there. Anyway, here I am exposing myself, but you don't have to have anything fancy. You don't have to do this full time right now, but if you want to, there's definitely a way you can do that. And guess what? Everybody I've told about the do-it-yourself, and they're like, Tanya, you're going to start servicing the do-it-yourself bride? There's more money involved in it, and it's the hot thing. It's Pinterest comes to life. Am I right? And you know it. So I'm not saying the luxury bride is not out there. I'm not saying you can't service her, but why can't you do the in-between and fill your calendar for the rest of the year? And guess what? The other thing about brides, the do-it-yourself brides, they get married in December, January, February, March, because there's a discount that time of year. And so when you're sitting around wondering where your next client's gonna be, you don't have to wait for wedding season because this is a different type of season. I'm gonna share all of that with you on Tuesday. Best $79 you can purchase for yourself because it's an investment in yourself. You're gonna make money doing this. You're gonna be ready in 4 weeks. You can work with me one-on-one, but guess what? Is your territory available, number one? And number two, it's time for you to make an investment and take a leap and just try it. So click below and I'll see you on Tuesday and you'll get information in your inbox on how you're going to join us next week. I'm Tanya, Coach T, with today's Do-It-Yourself Designer Tip.